Welcome students again in English literature class. Now the speech of Portia when Nerissa says, "What think you of the Scottish lord, his neighbor? What do you think of his neighbor, the Scottish lord?" Scottish lord. Portia said that he hath a neighborly charity in him, for he borrowed a box of the ear of the Englishman, and swore he would pay him again when he was able. I think the Frenchman became his surety and sealed under for another. Portia says he has a love for his neighbor. Now she is commenting on the Scottish lord. Portia is commenting. She says he has a love for his neighbor because he received a blow on his face from the Englishman and swore that he would return it when he was able to do so. I think the Frenchman guaranteed that the Scottish lord would repay his debt and signed his name underneath the Scottish signature on the bond as a guarantee for a friend. Nerissa says, "How like you the young German, the Duke of Saxony's nephew?" The young German, the Duke of Saxony's nephew. Portia says, "Very vilely in the morning." Very funny answer she has given. Very vilely in the morning when he is sober, and mostly vilely in the afternoon when he is drunk. She says he is terrible in the morning. She is terrible in the morning when he is sober, but worst in the afternoon when he is drunk. Worst, bad, worse, worst. The third degree, but worst in the afternoon when he is drunk. When he is best, he is little worse than a man, and when he is worst, he is little better than a beast. She says, when at his best, he is worse than a man. When at his best, he is worse than a man, and when he is at the worst, he is not better than a beast. He is not better than a beast. If she says, "And the worst fall that ever fell, I hope I shall make shift to go without him." She says, if the worst thing could happen, if the worst thing could happen, should happen, I don't care. I shall not accept him. Worst thing, if something is written in my destiny bad, I have no problem. I don't care, but I shall not accept him. I shall not marry him. Nerissa says, if he should offer to choose the right casket, suppose if he should offer to choose the right casket, you should refuse to perform your father's will if you should refuse to accept him. Nerissa said, if he should offer to make his choice, casket choice, if he should offer to make his choice and should choose the correct casket, you would refuse to honor your father's will if you would refuse to accept him. What would you do? By the way, if he chooses the correct casket, right casket, what would you do then? Portia says, therefore, for fear of the worst, I pray thee set a deep glass of Rhenish wine on the contrary casket. For if the devil be within, and the temptation without. She says, so in order to avoid such a situation, such a situation may not arise. So in order to avoid such a situation, please place a large glass of Rhenish wine. Please place a large glass of Rhenish wine on the wrong casket. On the wrong casket. Even if the devil is in the casket, but the temptation of wine is outside. He will be tempted. He will be tempted. As he is a drunkard person, when he will be tempted, then he will see only the wine which would be placed on the wrong casket, and he would choose the wrong casket, and by this way he would fail to choose the right casket and would not marry, would not claim to marry me. He will, she says, I know he will choose it. I will do anything, Nerissa, or I will be married to a sponge. She says, he will choose that particular casket. I will do anything else. I will do anything, Nerissa, before I am married to a drunkard. I will have to do, otherwise, by the way, he may choose the right casket, then what will I do? So before it, I am married to a drunkard person, I have to do something to avoid this situation. Nerissa says, you need not fear, lady, the having any of these lords. They have acquainted me with their determinations, which is indeed to return to their home and to trouble you with no more suit, unless you may be warned by some other sort than your father's imposition, depending on the caskets. Nerissa says, you need not be worried, madam. Don't worry. Having to marry any of these lords. Don't worry about it. Having to marry any of these, those who have come there, any of these lords, they have informed me of their decision. They have informed me their decision to go back to their homes and to trouble you no more with their suits. They are ready to go their homes, so they are not going to trouble you, unless you are warned by no other method except the one imposed by your father. If this method that your father has devised, if any except this method, if any other method is not imposed, they will not. There is no one who may win you. No one is there. All are going. That is by choosing the correct casket. By choosing the correct casket, you will be married. But if there is another method, only by the another method they may win you. Otherwise, by this method, surely all will fail. Portia says, if I live to be as old as Sibylla, I will die as chaste as Dinah, unless I be obtained by the manner of my father's will. She says, if I were to live as long as the ancient Sibylla, I would rather die a virgin like Dinah. If I am not won by the method laid down in my father's will. I am glad this parcel of wooers are so reasonable, for there is not one among them, but I dote on his very absence, and I pray God grant them a fair departure. She says, I am glad that this crowd of suitors are very reasonable. They are very authentic, and there is none among them whose absence I regret. I also pray to God to grant them a happy journey. No one among the suitors, no one was liked by Portia. So she prayed to God and to grant them a happy journey. Nerissa says, do you not remember, lady, in your father's time, a Venetian, a scholar and a soldier, that came hither in company of the Marquis of Montferrat? Nerissa asked Portia, do you not remember, madam, in your father's time, a Venetian, a scholar, Venetian means who lives in Venice, a Venetian, a scholar and a soldier who had come here in the company of the Marquis of Montferrat? Portia says, yes, I know. Yes, it was Bassanio, as I think so was he called. Yes, it was Bassanio. I think he was called by that name. Nerissa says, true, madam, he of all the men that ever my foolish eye looked upon was the best deserving of fair lady. She says, true, madam, of all the men that ever my foolish eyes have seen, he seemed to me the most deserving to win a fair lady. He is the most deserving person to win you. To win a fair lady means to win you. Portia says, I remember him well, and I remember him worthy of thy praise. As you know, she loves, Portia loves Bassanio. When Nerissa reminded her, she says that I remember him well, and I remember him to be worthy of your praise. Yes, he is praiseworthy. He is adorable. I know he is worthy of your praise. He is praiseworthy. A servant enters. A servant enters after this scene, and this will be explained tomorrow in the next video. This was lecture number 3. In lecture number 4, you will study from here. A servant enters. Thank you, students, so much.